Plastics are perfect. They're lightweight, barely cost anything, they don't break when you drop them, and they last forever. Unfortunately, a lot of those perfect qualities have unforeseen consequences. They're so lightweight that they blow off of garbage trucks and out of landfills and end up clogging up our water systems. They can even destroy local economies because nobody wants to go swimming in an ocean where plastic bags get stuck to your thighs. They can destroy ecosystems and even kill animals that we love. Love? What's love got to do with it? My first memory as a child is standing on the shores of Lake Michigan, looking out and thinking, this is the biggest thing in the world. This is important. As a water engineer and an environmental sustainability consultant, I look at the earth and consider it and its natural resources with every decision I make. And I'm here to tell you that the earth is nothing more than an extension of ourselves. The creek or river that runs through your town becomes the rain that falls on the farm fields, that grows the food that you eat, and it nourishes our bodies all across the world. The air you breathe outside is the same air in this theater tonight. It's the same air in your car, in your home, or in the factory that produces the plastics that we buy. There's one water. There's one air. We all share one earth. I was born an environmentalist, but it wasn't until the U.S. Embassy of Thailand and the Phuket Hotels Association deciding to work collaboratively to help 65 hotels reduce their single-use plastics that I became a plastics expert. I got hired to collect data and communicate that data to 65 hotels to let them know different choices they could make in order to reduce their single-use plastic and reduce their impact on the ocean pollution. And I came with the idea that we need to integrate environmental consciousness into decision-making. You see, it's accountants and purchasing managers with little to no experience or expertise in environmental sustainability that have a huge impact on the natural environment. And it's not their fault. They're doing the best that they can. We're all doing the best that we can. But we can do better, and I'm here to tell you how. So before I embarked on this project in Phuket, Thailand, I had to give up single-use plastics. Of course I did. How was I going to tell hundreds of people to change their ways if I didn't do it first? So I made a commitment. No more plastics. And soon enough, I had to go grocery shopping. One of the things on my list, red raspberries. So got to the produce section, stood in front of the red raspberries, and saw that they were only offered in single-use plastic. Oh gosh, what to do? I just made this commitment. Oh, come on, I'm only one person. What does it matter? No, I made this commitment. And then all of a sudden, I felt tears running down my face. I'm at a grocery store crying because I can't buy what I want, what I need, what I think I deserve. And this memory of my childhood comes racing to my mind. When I was about 10 years old, my mom and I used to go pick red raspberries in the backyard. And we had buckets full, and I would run inside, pour them over vanilla ice cream, and our whole family would eat sundaes together, and we would laugh and have a great time. I was denying myself this joy. I was giving up bad, and I was feeling worse. What a nightmare. Hopeless. I was really distraught. I turned around, and as I was leaving, with no ideas in sight, I saw apples. Hey, wait a second. We used to make apple pies together as a family. That was just as fun. And there's a bunch of watermelon. I used to spit watermelon seeds at my sister growing up. That was fun. It wasn't until I refused single-use plastics that I saw other viable options to move forward. But I still had to find red raspberries. So I started shopping at farmers markets, and I found a farmer who would sell me red raspberries in bulk, enough of them that I could freeze them over the winter so I didn't have to buy the frozen kind in the plastic bag in the grocery store in January. And I started planting my own raspberry bushes. As soon as they started to fruit, any neighbor that walked by, I offered him some. We started talking, sharing ideas, laughing, creating new memories. I couldn't imagine any of this before I took that first step. Environmental consciousness isn't only cutting out bad, it's creating good, new habits from a place of love. No one wants to pollute, but most single-use plastic never goes away. On planet Earth, we only recycle 9% of all plastics used. And it's not because we're not trying. It's because there's a gap in the system. So, I dare you to take action today. Become aware. What if your name was written on every single piece of plastic you ever used? And then you went home at the end of the day, you turned on the news, and they just brought in a whale who died and washed ashore. They opened up her belly and pulled out 80 plastic bags, and one of them said your name on it. Another one said your neighbor's name. A third one said your governor's name. A fourth one said your grandkid's name. How would you feel? What would you do? I have to be honest with you, as soon as I started envisioning this, it made it really easy to refuse single-use plastics. Step 2, create a practice. New habits. Wash your dishes with loofah plants. Buy your dishwashing detergent from a bulk store. Always, always, always carry produce bags with you when you leave the house, and a to-go mug. To do this work, I dissected my life into 6 parts: the kitchen, the toilet, the shower, the bathroom sink, shopping, and to-go eating. And I slowly replaced every single-use plastic in each of those 6 parts with eco-alternatives. I'm not perfect, but we don't need to be perfect. We just need to start. The third step is leveraging change by speaking out and living by example. Change starts with self, but then we can start to influence our family, our community, our work, our city, our state, our country, and then the world. People watch each other. In doing this work, I started a social media campaign. People follow me, they take my advice, and more importantly, they give me advice that I take. We're growing an all-inclusive, equitable team. Why? Because we don't judge each other, because we're doing the best we can. The fourth step is vote. Vote for the environment every 2 years. It's the legislators who write bills who can stop the flow of single-use plastics into our natural environments. We have to communicate that we want this, both locally and nationally and globally. So, when plastics were created, they seemed perfect, but now we know better. You can measure the impact of your choices by asking, would my grandkids support this decision? In the name of love, let's get started today.